they want us to get together. You need a picture?
It was Katzberg and Nico Veroni.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the post-qualifying press conference for the 6 Hours of Portimão, the second round of the 2023 FIA World Endurance Championship. We're going to speak to our 3 pole sitters from our different classes after some thrilling sessions here today. We've got Brendan Hartley from Toyota Gazoo Racing, Mirko Bortolotti from Prema Racing, and Ben Keating from Corvette Racing. We've got our YouTube viewers who have joined us as well, so we're live on YouTube. We'll begin with Brendan Hartley, overall and hypercar pole sitter. A great job, Brendan. It felt as though you were sort of majoring a bit more on qualifying this time than you were at Sebring, and you got a terrific lap in the bag there. Just talk us through that qualifying process that you built towards in practice and how you're feeling about your pole lap today.
Yeah, I mean, although the race was more important than Sebring, I have to say when Ferrari pipped us in qualifying, we were somewhat annoyed. So I think there was maybe a bit more focus here on trying to get the car as optimal as possible for qualifying. My feeling is that maybe Ferrari went the opposite way. They saw they lost, that they had some issues with the race performance, and honestly through testing they've been very quick. So I didn't expect to have such a gap. I think there could also be different tyre compounds at play. So we've got different options here. So yeah, it's hard to know what everyone did, but from my side it was a really nice lap. I knew when I crossed the line it was pretty clean, and if I knew Kamui would be close behind, and if he got in front of that lap, it was I would have congratulated him, because it was pretty clean and my car was feeling really nice. But yeah, it hasn't been straightforward for us through testing. We have filled on the back foot a bit. We haven't tested here in the last year, and with this new car, and it really did feel like on long run pace Ferrari had the edge on us. So I think we've made good steps over the last 3 sessions, and good feeling going into the race. But I'm expecting it to be very close, with particularly Ferrari, but actually Cadillac and Porsche were right there as well on long run pace. So yeah, I think we're in for a really enjoyable race tomorrow.
And prospects beyond that, in terms of the keys that are going to be vital for how you run your race tomorrow? Is it the usual story of tyres and cycling through the pit stops and just keeping on top of things operationally?
No, I think it is a bit more complicated this weekend with tyres in Sebring. At least for us in Sebring, it was pretty clear cut which tyre to use. Here it's not so obvious. Track temp's hotter tomorrow. We still have some question marks how that's going to go, and maybe the other team's the same. So yeah, there's a few strategy things we haven't figured out yet, and yeah, it'll play out in the first half of the race, I guess, how we manage it. But I mean, after the showing in Sebring, I think we're confident. We showed mechanics, pit stops, engineers, drivers. We all did a really nice race, and we just have to keep it up. But I'm sure the other guys are coming. They're nipping at our heels. That's clear.
Excellent job. We look forward to the race tomorrow. Well done, Brandon. That's Toyota's 20th front row lockout in the WEC, and Brendan's second pole in the last 3 races, so well done to you. Okay, let's speak to our LMP2 pole sitter, Mirko Bortolotti from Prema Racing. What a dramatic session, Mirko. It's like its own little soap opera out there in LMP2 today. Obviously, it started in dramatic fashion. You had a lap deleted, and then you beat Gabriel Obri's lap by 1,000th of a second. I mean, it's quite a script for a pole lap. Just talk us through it, because there was a lot going on in that session.
Oh yeah, I mean, first of all, it's an incredible feeling to finally get a pole in WEC at my 3rd appearance. So it's obviously the perfect result for us today, after a great job done by the entire team, starting from winter testing and also in preparation for Sebring and this race. In Sebring, we had the pace to fight as well at the top, but things didn't play out in the way they should in qualifying. So we had a really bad quali there, but I'm really happy that we managed to put it together today and be in the top spot after a really nightmare start to the session. I mean, it was a really bad situation we were in. We had to abort the first run due to an issue, so we basically only had 1 run instead of the 2 of all our competitors, so that made things a bit spicy there. And as you said, first lap time got deleted, so pressure was on. But yeah, I had a pretty good, clean second lap, just by a few thousandths slower than the first one, which was good enough for pole. And yeah, really special feeling to be on pole for tomorrow.
What detail can you tell us about the issue? Because it looked complex at first, but the mechanics did a terrific job, and obviously you're placed under investigation as well. What's the latest you hear on that one?
Yeah, well, we still don't know what happened. I mean, we finally managed to fire it up and get going, and then on that first out lap there was another issue. That's why I had to abort the run and stop. So luckily we managed to find the problem and get going again. As I said, in that case we had to abort the first run and go for the second one, but that was not the plan. The plan was to have two shots as all our LMP2 contenders. So that makes the pole position feel even better.
Excellent stuff. Well done to you. Well done to Prema, their first WEC pole since they joined the series. And of course, goes without saying, the closest ever margin for a pole as well. So well done to you and the team today. Let's speak now to Ben Keating from Corvette Racing. First GT Am pole for Corvette since Le Mans in 2017, Ben. And of course, your 6th pole in the last 14 races. A great run of form for you on that qualifying lap, but as ever in LMGTE Am, it was a really close battle, particularly with the Iron Dames again. That keeps running and running, but just tell us about it. I mean, we know that it's all about managing and treating the tyres. Was it a case of that again today?
Yes, for sure. I feel like I sound a little bit like Brendan in that I expected the Ferraris to be up front. In all the practice sessions, they were the quickest car. And we weren't quite sure what we were going to be able to do. But I have to give so much credit to the Corvette team. You know, the Corvette C8R has never been to Portimão, and neither has the team. And this is not a place that you show up to and do well from the very beginning. And so they've been making unbelievable big improvements in the car every time we go out. And I couldn't believe how well the car was set up for qualifying. You know, it's also, to your point, it's going to be a big job of managing tire wear. And, you know, we made the gamble of qualifying on soft tires, which, you know, we can't race on. But it's nice to have that extra little bit of grip when you're doing a 15-minute session for a qualifying lap. And you know, it was an exciting qualifying for me as well. You know, I went across and did what I thought was about as good a lap as I could do. It was on the pole. I decided to do a cool down lap because my tires had gotten hot. And you know, then I think Alessi and the Ferrari got in front of me, and maybe Sarah also. But I knew I had to do another big lap, and it was just an incredible feeling to put it all together after letting my tires cool back down and be able to put in another great lap. I think Martin is going to call me a liar. We talked before the qualifying, and he asked if it was going to be another battle between Sarah and myself. I said, no way. You know, Ferrari is going to be up there. Neither Sarah or I will be up there. And then I got to the end of qualifying, and I saw that we were P1, P2. My first thought that Martin was going to call me a liar.
Well, don't apologise to Martin Haven. No one does. But in terms of the race tomorrow, Ben, there's a feeling that overtaking will be quite difficult here, and it's really a bit extra important where you start on the grid.
Absolutely. You know, that was our decision to go with the soft tires, just because I think position is so important here. You know, I have found that I may be a half a second quicker than the car in front of me, but I can't get around them. And I also think that track limits, you know, they've changed the rules for track limit violations for this event compared to what we've had previously. And I believe that track limit penalties are going to play a big role in the race. And it's really difficult in the GTE car to follow another car and not get a track limit in turn 1 or turn 4, especially. And so, starting up front is going to be a big advantage, by just being able to manage your own track limits and be able to control your own race.
Excellent job today, Ben. Well done to you and the team. The 3 pole sitters will be available for a short period after this press conference to speak to media. Thank you for attending. Well done again. All the best for the race. Mirko Bortolotti, Brendan Hartley and Ben Keating. That's the end of the press conference. Thank you very much.
Thank you.